What we have all been waiting for, well, some of us have been waiting for, is the publication of the Kentucky Auditor's Fiscal Year 2024 Audit Report for the Meade County Fiscal Court. Of particular interest are the budget performance and the auditor findings from the Meade County Detention Center, the budget. There were signs last year that the detention center budget had entered historically dangerous waters. The budget shortfalls had increased, and more money needed to be injected into the detention center jail fund each year to keep the jail afloat. According to the Kentucky Auditor's report that just became public, 2024 was the worst year since at least 2004 for budget deficits. Since I am not an accountant, all that I can look at are the actual end results that are documented in the audit report, and here are the results in the actual columns. The budget seems to be alarming enough, but now we move on to the findings section of the audit report. A little context is necessary here. In 2024, J.J. Scarborough ran into a little trouble with the fiscal court about his audit findings. There were reoccurring issues that were not being resolved. The fiscal court wanted a report on this from Scarborough. J.J. said that he wasn't going and missed a few monthly meetings where they were patiently waiting for him to appear. Only after an exasperated fiscal court then ordered a full audit of the detention center commissary fund did J.J. finally show up.
So I don't think he planned to be here tonight, but I just told him I would pass that message on.
Okay. I did send him an email and told him that you all would not plan to be here.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we tabled it, is for him to come in front of us and in front of the people, the community, to address this.
Okay.
Now I don't go to the fiscal court meetings just for that reason. They've actually asked me to be there at the last couple of them, just to give updates, but I'm not going to them anymore. Because if it's going to be used against me, if they want me to go and give information and be involved in the proceedings, and don't turn around and use it against me. So.
Is the jailer here to discuss his corrective action plan to address the schedule of findings?
Got it. All right. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Then I used to do closed session. Can I get a motion to come out of closed session?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Syke.
Second.
Second by Woodruff. Is there any action to be taken from closed session? The action to be taken is fiscal court requests county treasurer to arrange a full audit of records for FY 22-23 of the Meade County Jail Canteen by professional services. Any discussion? Okay, is the jailer here to discuss the corrective action plan to address the scheduled findings? Jaden, would you like that?
Yeah.
Come on up. Thank you.
That's what you jive.
Now we look at the current report's findings. To read these for yourself, the report is linked in the description. The findings are at the end of the report. The easiest thing is to go to the end of the report and scroll backwards. The first finding was Scarborough illegally signing jail contracts without the approval of the fiscal court. Scarborough entered into a contract with a telecommunications vendor to provide inmate telephone services. He also entered into an agreement for food services, another agreement with the same company for commissary purchases. Also, a commission of $150,000 from the telecommunications contract was not being recorded as the county's money. For this, he blamed the vendor. As for the contracts, Scarborough claims that he was unaware that fiscal court approval was required in regard to contracts that pertain to the jail. The jailer was not aware that this was a violation of state law, okay? The second finding involved an ongoing issue with the jail keeping track of bulk fuel purchases. Who uses the fuel and for what purpose? This is more complex than keeping track of how many sodas are sold in the soda machine. Also, a spot check found a purchase from the commissary fund that was not appropriate. As for the fuel usage, the auditors insist that supporting documentation should include but not be limited to the employee using the fuel, purpose of the travel or other use of the fuel, documentation of the vehicle or equipment used, and mileage when applicable. Individual receipts should also be maintained if applicable. This reconciliation should be completed and reviewed by someone independent of the reconciliation function prior to payment. The jailer should ensure that documentation of this reconciliation and an independent review is maintained. Scarborough's reply, something about ethanol-based fuels being more efficient, and the documentation that the auditors require is not efficient. Also, it was recommended that we could create an Excel spreadsheet to record our fuel usage, but I don't feel like having one person in the front office who never uses the fuel pump should create and maintain a fuel log on an Excel spreadsheet. What? Say that again? I don't feel like having one person in the front office who never uses the fuel pump should create and maintain a fuel log on an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. A clerk should not maintain a fuel log because said clerk never pumps fuel. It is not inefficient. I really do not know where to go from here. I really don't know what to make of all of this. It sure is interesting. Till next time. Cheerio.